spent 11 years at the WPO library downtown, we actually had 3 to 4 Nerudas, celebration of Neruda. And because people kept coming back and asking again and again, oh, do Neruda again. So Alejandro dressed up as Neruda at one point, and people thought he was the real Neruda. They were very excited. But we have some DVDs of it, and it's quite amazing, like the whole performance, Chilean council, the musicians, and of course Neruda, and of course we had the CDs, so very nice. Thank you so much.
Well, this time I really get to do it. What's that? This better? What do you want me to do?
Keep it short.
Oh, keep it short. Oh, all right. It's a great pleasure to introduce Candice James, Poet Laureate of New Westminster. She's the director of the Royal City Literary Arts and Society, a full member of the League of Canadian Poets, past creator of the long-running events Poetic Justice, Poetry in the Park. She is a recipient of World Poetry Empowered Poets Award. Please give a great welcome for...
I forgot to bring the pen.
What? Well, she didn't want me to.
Oh, she didn't want me to.
Oh, well, we had, Tony called me up especially for that.
Oh, Tony is so wonderful. Yeah, I was fortunate, very fortunate, because there are so many, what I feel, people that are probably more worthy than I was the recipient of the Bernie Lake Cultural Artist Award this year, and it was a thrill. You know, I was surprised, very surprised, so it was even more thrilling because I didn't expect it, so that was nice. So this is your theme, right, Ariadne, Ancestry and that?
Yes.
See, this poem never would have been written if Ariadne didn't have a theme. I never would have written this. But the people I visited that are relatives back in New Brunswick this summer are going to be thrilled to death and thankful to you forever because I've done this poem about their relatives too. And it's called Settler's Stone. I wonder what the weather was like June 3rd, 1766 at Halls Creek, where the St. John and Petitcodiac River merged together in Moncton, New Brunswick. Almost 250 years ago, my great-great-great-great-great-great maternal grandfather, Matthias Summer, was a founding settler of Moncton, New Brunswick. Before Canada and America were born, before the provinces and the states came to be, there was simply North America. Benjamin Franklin sent 8 families up from Pennsylvania in 1766 to settle the area around Moncton, which wasn't called Moncton then, it was just the area. I believe it was called the Bend. Matthias Summer's name appears on the commemorative plaque in the stone statue at Halls Creek. The site and monument are known historically and still today as Settlers' Landing. I'm very proud of my historical Canadian roots on my mother's side, as well as my historical Scots genealogy on my paternal grandmother's side. Sir James Mackintosh, Scots House of Commons 1820 to 1832. Lord Mackintosh, Scots Parliament House of Lords 1721. Continuing on today, there's a 10th Lord somewhere in Africa, I think, living there. And I wish I could have known them all. I wonder what the weather was like June 3rd, 1766 at Halls Creek, where the St. John and Petitcodiac River merged together in Moncton, New Brunswick. Thank you.